The Brooklyn Nets are making waves in New York City basketball and will probably win more games than the New York Knicks. Allen Crabbe has signed, or was traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Will make up a backcourt with Jeremy Lin, D'Angelo Russell as a forefront player now for the organization until his contract is up, and Allen Crabbe. Allen Crabbe, fun fact from Shane Young, NBA writer, big-time Warriors fan. Some people are going to be mad at that. That's okay. He mentioned he was 46% in catch-and-shoot threes last season in an NBA where you need to be able to shoot the three ball. All the Nets need is anybody above like 6'5", because they don't have anybody above 6. Do they have anybody above 6'5", Zach? Is that it?
Timothy Mozgov.
Are we sure he's above 6'5"?
World famous Timothy Mozgov.
Yeah, we sure?
And this is the plays that they have to be running, courtesy of Jason Rubin.
I didn't doodle it.
Yeah, so it's like they run the screen here with like the star screen. Like, you can't really see it because the lighting's bad, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, I just made it up.
No, it's not that the lighting's bad, it's that it's not, the camera is not, the lighting is bad. You can't see it because the lighting's terrible.
What, so it doesn't pick up a white piece of paper?
Because nobody, even I'm not this white. Like, look at the complexity here.
By the way, yeah, so how does it feel as being in the same vicinity of a team that is making strides to make themselves better? And before I get on to your answer for that, it's not just Jason. I was in New York recently, and a couple of conversations that I had revolving around basketball was like, so I'm guessing the next year team, and everyone responded with a resounding, yeah.
Or the arsenal of.
It was just like, yes. Slowly their chin got closer to the ground towards the beer that they were drinking.
I think we were always stuck in bars drinking.
No doubt.
It's okay though. What I like about the Nets, the question here is, could the Nets possibly be a dark horse team in the Eastern Conference that is left with like 3 talented players across the entire East? Who's left in the East? If Kyrie goes to the West and Carmelo goes to the West, who you got left? You got Lowry, Wall, Isaiah. We got everyone in the Celtics pretty much. You have like Bron. You have the Wizards.
You notice how Jason's mentioned these guys as if they're all like buddies from college. Bron, Isaiah, D-Rose.
Isaiah Thomas. Derrick Rose is on the Cavs. Did I show you the memes? I show you the J.R. Smith memes. They're my favorite.
Yeah, J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, you need to have him on your list.
Kyrie look a lot slower and his ankles look busted. Dude, that's Derrick Rose. You sure? I like also one where they're like, J.R. Smith, like, I thought, wait, what's Derrick Rose doing here? Did we get traded back to New York? I'm so confused. Look, I think the Nets signing, making a trade for Allen Crabbe, I'm not sure exactly what the goal is besides to just be competitive in the Eastern Conference. They were a 20-win team last year, but just by adding the backcourt pieces of Crabbe and D'Angelo Russell, by all means, they are not maybe a 25-win better team, but I do think the East has become so ravished of talent compared to the Western Conference that it's not completely out of the question that they find the 8th seed. I think there's only a couple of locks for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference going into next year, and after I sneeze, I'll tell you.
Well, no, it's a valid point. The competition level 1 through 8 and then the West this year is going to be easily one of the most fascinating to watch, with the Timberwolves getting better, with now the Clippers adjusting, with the new Rockets that were going to be phenomenally having the opportunity to go and see with
the Warriors.
So that's going to be fascinating.
Everybody.
But the competition level in the East is going to be between those lower tier teams that out of the last time, like the last couple of years, haven't had a shot trying to make the playoffs. That's why it's a very distinct possibility that we get the process in the playoffs this year.
Francis has the boldest prediction of 2018 free agency. Please share it with the world.
LeBron James
is going to where? It's going to Philadelphia.
He's gonna join.
Look.
A very youthful team. He'll guide them through. He's going to be joined. He's going to take someone else with him, maybe J.R. Smith, and they're going to form a fantastic team in the 76ers, and I will gladly watch that team rise.
There are 5 locks for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, and then everybody else is completely up for grabs. The Celtics, the Cavs, the Raptors, the Wizards, and the Milwaukee Bucks. There's no other team that I can actually guarantee you will make the playoffs, because the Pacers, the Bulls, the Heat, the Pistons, the Hornets, the Knicks, Magic, 76ers, and Nets could all finish with 35 wins. And we could have a 5-way. Am I missing anybody? You know what? F it, the 76ers are making the playoffs.
You got to put them in there.
Well, that's also because of coaching, but at this, yeah, you're right. The Heat could be a lock. But then again, they had that very bad start last year and then a remarkable turnaround. The 76ers aren't actually a lock.
They're a very good shot.
Like, I do think D'Angelo Russell, I mean, the Nets were an atrocious basketball team last season.
They were.
They weren't as bad as the Lakers, but they were, actually they were worse than the Lakers, but they looked, the Lakers look worse at times. Sorry, Bart. They'll be all better now. But look at the difference in the West. Like, for example, the Celtics won 53 games. The 5th seeded Jazz won 51 games.
Anything from
the absolute difference in power is insane.
Anything from 2 through to like 10, I think, is up for grabs in the West. Like, you could come up with as many different combinations as you can between. I'm still confident Golden State Warriors are going to take the number 1. Sorry, but anything from Spurs, Rockets, Timberwolves, like any of those teams, even LKC like next year, like those could all switch places regardless. I would still have my money being on the Spurs as they're always there or thereabouts. But it's going to be fascinating to see which teams make up the top half of the West. But in the East, the same thing can be said. It's going to be up for grabs who's going to make that last playoff spot at 8 or 7 because they're so closely matched in regards to how much they are mismatched with the top half of the East, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's a ridiculous power imbalance. I think there's only, besides John Wall and LeBron James, I'm pretty sure that out of the top 20 in player efficiency rating, which is a statistic I don't necessarily love, 18 of the 20 are in the Western Conference. Like, you're talking about everybody going out west.
Put your money on it now. Houston Rockets NBA champs 2018.
This upcoming season?
I'm joking.
Are you insane?
That's absolutely bananas.
Are you nuts?
That's just a take. That's along the lines of Jason saying.
Are you crazy? Portland Trailblazers.
Swansea.
NBA champions 2018.
No, that was all in the time.
Don't mess with CJ and Damian.
That was all in the time that you said Swansea were pushing for a Champions League spot because they won like 5 games.
Dude, they were. They were actually 3rd on the table. 3 games in the season.
At one point, yeah. 1 game in. They played the first game of the season and they were the only team to have registered any points. They're winning it.
Straight facts.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Nah, of course. No, that is what I'm saying.
Are we headed towards another Nets-Lakers championship? Like the 2002 championship?
Be down.
I don't know. Maybe. Comment below, like, favorite, and subscribe. See you next time.